you. Go to TJ Maxx, go to Marshall's, go to the dollar store, get yourself a Zoom journal, something that you'll keep to take notes on from all the Zooms that you're on, because we do all of our trainings here on Zoom. So Cheyenne, you can go ahead and start recording if you haven't already. And so we're going to go ahead and get Kristen on here. Let me unmute her. Okay, you should be good. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, hi! I'm so excited about this. Okay, so me and Kristen are going to go over all kinds of tips and tricks with you on how to jumpstart your month, how to make sure that you're going to have a super strong month, especially if you're on here shooting for a promotion. And she's going to share with you all of her best tips, because if y'all don't know Kristen, she promoted so fast, and you're going to get to hear a little bit of her story, but she is such a consistent person. She works every day. She shows up every single day. She enrolls consistently, and so I couldn't think of a better person to kick this month off with us. So Kristen, if you could go ahead and start us off by sharing a little bit of your story and then jumping into your tips, and I'll have questions for you after.
Okay, perfect. I'm so excited. I always love the feeling of the new month, you guys. Like, it just like pumps me up, but you have to hold on to that feeling too. So I'll talk about that later. But anyways, my name is Kristen Kirkendall. I've been in this business for like 5.5 years, which is insane. Every time I say it, it's so crazy. I joined this business as a stay-at-home mom. My daughter at the time was 4 months old. We were doing like random things, like selling things on Facebook. My husband lost his oil field job. The oil field was crashing in 2015. I just had a baby. We were doing all these things to make money, and it just wasn't enough. And so I literally on Instagram saw a post about joining, or it was a $1,000 Ruby bonus post back when that was okay. And I was like, oh my gosh, like $1,000 would literally change my life right now. So I texted her and I joined within like 3 days. I was so excited, and I jumped in without even knowing I was really jumping in. I was just so excited, and I just remembered like, this is my like, you know, like all or nothing for me. Like, I either do this or I go back to being an insurance agent, which basically would pay for daycare, and that's not what I wanted to do. And so I jumped in and I went Emerald in my first 3 weeks. I don't even really remember going Ruby, if you want me to be honest. I just went Emerald. Like, she called me the night before, or I think it was the last night, and she's like, dude, you're only 200 from Emerald. And I was like, whatever that means. Okay, like, let's go. Like, I didn't even know what that meant. I just was like, okay. So I went and signed customers, and I went Emerald, and then showing that you don't have to know everything to promote. The next month, I just claimed it like, I'm going Diamond, I'm earning this bonus. And I went Diamond the next month, and then double the next month, and then triple in my 4th month. And I was on fire with excitement. It was actually in July, which I think Shay went, or yeah, you went triple in July too. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I went triple in July. And then my 11th month mark, I hit Presidential Diamond. And I'm going to share with you guys and be vulnerable that after Presidential, after like maybe 2 years later, I just felt weird. I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing. You guys, I never got out my ambassador chart because I was terrified. I remember one time half ASS doing it and being like, oh my gosh, I need 150 distributors. Back, you know, this is when we had 5 legs. You had to have like 1 million people. And I was like, yep, that'll come one day, but not right now. And I never got that chart out. And I went through the valleys of this business, but I stayed consistent, you guys. I can be 1,000% honest in saying that I have never stopped working my business. I may not have been doing it wholeheartedly, but I still believed in it, and I still worked really hard, and I found people in my organization that I didn't even enroll, that I saw potential in or saw enrollments. I don't even know who you are, but like, hey, let's go. These are my leaders now. These are my people who are with me right now. I have goosebumps. I'm giving myself goosebumps right now. But and then at conference this year, and even last year, about 6 months ago, I just had this like eye-opening moment of just like, I was talking to Jade Hooper, and I was like, I don't know how to get past like this mental block that I have right now. I believe in myself. I believe in this business. That's not my problem. My problem is other things, and I just can't, I don't know how to move forward. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get over this. And she was like, you need to literally just sit where you are right now when we get off the phone and you need to pray out loud, and you need to ask for guidance. And I did, and I bawled my eyes out. I bawled my eyes out because it came over me in such a way of like, wow, like I heard God so loud and clear that this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm on the right path. I just have to like get over this hurdle. And my business in the last, that was like probably a year ago, but at this point, but in the last 6 to 8 months, my business exploded, you guys. I found my fire again. I for so long felt like a one-hit wonder, and I always felt like a shadow because I was always one step behind my upline, and that was okay. I was always happy for her, but I was always one step behind, and I kind of felt like a shadow sometimes. And I said that, you know, she knows, and I was just like, but I didn't have to be a shadow. I could have done the same thing she did, and I had to realize I wasn't a shadow. What I did was still amazing, and here we are today. And I have 2 kids now. Let me tell you, going from one, so if you're going to be a new mom, I know there's some new moms coming up on here, but I can relate in the sense that I went from having 1 to 2, which is like freaking, you don't even know what's happening. It's like you have a 2-year-old and a baby and a business and a life, and it's just like, oh, like I don't even know. I feel like I could add like 10 more at this point, but like before, like 1 to 2 was just like total culture shock. And so I had to find, this is when I found a real balance and a schedule. And I've always been consistent, but like, I just literally didn't know, like, whoa, I got to get my life together because I don't even know. And so, and I signed so many distributors when I was in the hospital having Andy. I think I signed like freaking 15 distributors in the hospital because I'm just sitting there in a bed waiting for a baby to come out. And so, then I had all these people, and I'm like, oh gosh, what do I do? Like, you know, and so it was just a crazy time. But you guys, I found a schedule. And the biggest thing, if you have trouble with time management, which I feel like 90% of people in this business, that is their biggest thing. Like they can't find time. They can't do it all. Okay. You have to have a freaking schedule. I am a wing it, do whatever person. I am not like type A by any means. Like I'm not organized. Other than my business, I'm not organized. But I made myself have a schedule because this is my business. This is my finances. This is my future. This is my family's legacy. Like, why am I just trying to juggle everything in life? Like, I want to be happy. I want to have a successful business, a successful marriage, happy children, friends, you know, like I like to go do things. So I had to find a schedule. So anyways, I made a schedule. It's evolved over time. It changes, you know, life changes, things happen. But basically the key is finding a schedule and actually freaking doing it. And you guys, it's going to be hard for probably a couple weeks. Like it takes 21 days to make a habit. And even longer to actually get in that groove. Like I believe it'll take you a month or maybe longer. But if you stay consistent and you keep doing it and you keep going, it will become second nature. And you will sometimes I feel like I have too much time in the day, but I've done so much, but I'm just like, well, how am I sitting here? I can't relax. Like I should have something to do because I schedule my time. So personally for me, now I started waking up early and walking or jogging 2 miles just to have silence in my day. Okay. And so I get up at 6 o'clock. My kids wake up around 8 or 9. Elo wakes up like 11. But I get up at 6 o'clock. I do that. Come home, shower, usually get ready or just like at least fix my hair. I always do my skinny brew on my stories and talk. And then I hop on the journaling Zoom. And then I work from 10 to 11. So the journaling Zoom is usually 9:30 or 10. It's over. And so I work from 10 to 11. And then I go either clean or play with my kids, or I try to put my phone down. And then I'll come back, you know, and I have work hours. I have a schedule. I make time for my kids. When they brought this whole like homeschooling type thing in March, like I had like an hour by hour strict schedule. Like it was very strict during that time. And I always stay up late. And so, me and Jade were actually talking about this today. She's like, well, if you're getting up that early, how late are you staying up? I'm like, oh, like midnight. I don't know. But I know that I thrive on 6 to 7 hours of sleep. So that's okay for me. So I stay up late when everybody's asleep. I also want to mention in there, if you have a spouse or a significant other or whatever, I give him attention, like intentionally, because he comes home around 6 o'clock. We eat dinner, we hang out, we go outside, watch a movie, do whatever, just hang out. And then when he goes to bed, I stay up and I work. I put the kids to bed, I work, and I stay up, and I get a lot done. Okay. And the thing is, you guys, a big reason why my business was kind of at a standstill for a while is because I felt like I was working. I said I was working, but I was not working. And it's sometimes so hard to be honest with yourself and just like slap yourself in the face and be like, but what are you doing? But what you're obviously not doing something if you haven't enrolled more than 3 distributors in however many months. Like, I was just like, I'm not doing something right. And so I looked at myself and my day and I was just like, yeah, me working is like watching a Zoom or looking or posting on my story or looking at this, looking at that, but not actually doing work that's getting me potentials. And so I really had to like slap myself in the face a little bit and be like, okay, Kristen, like, what are you actually doing? Like, get your crap together. Like you have to do this. You have to do this to be successful. And so, and I honestly had to go back. I can't, a lot of times you guys, we get on Zooms and it's great to learn tips and you learn this and that from every Zoom, and that's amazing. I do not miss an opportunity to get on a Zoom, but you also have to know what works for you. And you can't be trying to change everything all the time. If you already have something that's working, keep doing that. You can add to it, but don't be like, oh no, I'm going to completely not do what works and I'm going to try something completely different. Like I did that. And I was like, like being pulled all these different directions. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And so you have to like find what works for you and you just have to freaking do it. One more thing I am going to say is whatever you're doing, give it 100% of your time. Okay. If you are working, I am not doing anything else. I'm not watching TV. I'm not scrolling. I'm not doing anything except for working at that time. If I'm with my husband, I'm with my husband. I try most of the time to not have my phone. If I'm with my kids, same thing, like if I'm on the journaling Zoom, I don't have my phone. That's like my biggest pet peeve in the journaling Zooms, you guys, is like people scrolling when we're like, are you really getting anything out of it if you're not like actually listening? Cause I've done that. Like I've been on a Zoom, like on my phone, then I'm like, wait, I actually didn't understand. I don't even know what I just watched. Okay. And so you have to do everything you do 100%. So yeah. Do you have questions? Sorry, I could go on.
I love it so much. Yeah, so guys, if y'all didn't know, every single morning at 9 Central Standard Time, me and Kristen do journaling Zooms. We journal with each other. We talk about certain things every day. Kristen does Monday, Tuesday. I do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so we would love to see your face on there. We have like 300 people on every single morning. It's the best thing ever. It's my favorite part of the day. So definitely make time for that. It's on this code every single morning, 9 Central Standard Time. And so one of the questions that I'm going to answer too, but I wanted to know what your answer was, is so if you don't know, me and Kristen roll a ton of distributors, like especially since we discovered TikTok. TikTok has been our thing and we enroll tons and tons of distributors. So somebody asked and they said, how do you make sure that you're giving all of your newbies the best training and building relationships with all of them also while still building your business?
Okay. So the first month that TikTok exploded for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I enrolled literally 60 distributors in like 12 days. I don't even know. It was like not even a full 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, I want these people to blow up because I just signed up my husband. Like I was determined to get him to diamond in 90 days. And I was like, okay, like how can I do this? And so what I do personally is I use the Connect app for my distributors. And so when I was signing that many distributors, obviously you're signing a lot at one time. So I would have April DTs 1. So that's like the people I signed this week. April DTs 2. That's who I signed the next week. April DTs 3. That's who I signed the next week. And with the Connect app, you can have groups and then you can individually text every single person. And so I go through my distributor training, which is basically the same as Cheyenne's. And I go to each person and then I adjust. Some people are like, okay, what now? And I go with those people, but other people take longer. So I do that. And I have a chat with my leaders that I stay active in. I have, the team pages. I talk to my leaders and I make sure that they're talking to their teams. Like if I'm telling you this, relay it to your team. Okay. I don't know everyone on my team. I know you guys. I know my people that I enroll. So like it's their job. And it's my job to teach them how to be a leader, but it's their job to lead their teams and let them know what's going on. And so honestly, the Connect app was, I don't even know if I like heard that from someone or if I was just like, I'm just gonna use Connect app for this, because I needed a way to text everyone because chats were not working for me. I tried that the month before and I'm like, no one's even looking at this chat. And so on Facebook, so I did individually texting and I just talked to them. I do the application thing, the influencer application. And so I take notes like in my phone sometimes of like what we have in common. And I would kind of go back to that, just like little ones like mom, college student, whatever. So I could just kind of talk to them about that stuff too. So
I love that because that's exactly what I do. I use my Connect app. I make sure I have all my distributors in there. And then another thing that I wanted to let y'all know is I'm going to upload a tracker to the team page, and Kristen, I'll send this to you. It's my new distributor tracker. It's just, I write down every distributor I enroll. I write down there's 6 columns for their 6 personally enrolled customers for their shopping spree. And then I make sure every single morning when I wake up, the very first thing that I do is I go down the list and I'll text them based on where we left off in the training. So if they haven't made their dirt list, I'm like, hey girl, let me know when you're done with that dirt list and we'll go on to the next step. I'm super excited to help you today. Or, the next one is, I'll say we left off at them making their first post and they haven't made it. Hey girl, if I can, get some help, I can help you. Gatlin, stop. If I can help you make your post, just let me know. So I always just pick up where I left off. And I think another thing too is, I'm super big into FaceTiming my new distributors. I press that on y'all and press that on you and press that on you. When you FaceTime your new distributors, whether you're scared or not, it changes everything because you're making an instant connection with them. They see your face, you're laughing with them, you're talking to them, you're kind of breaking that wall of them kind of thinking you're probably a scammer or they're uncomfortable. And so if you're new on here and you're from my team, like when I FaceTime you, it's completely different and it makes you I feel like it just changes the whole like relationship immediately from that. Because guys, it's not the money that's going to keep a new distributor around. It's not the team page. It's not the Zoom. It's the connection they make with you. And so that is why I think FaceTimes are a game changer and you really have to make sure you're doing that. And then just make sure you check in with them every single day. And another thing, how many of y'all have ever had a distributor join you and ghost you? All of you probably. They join and they're like, they joined the witness protection program and you have no idea where they went. And it's like, okay, well, that was great. Thank you for joining my team, but I guess we'll never talk again. That's fine. So you have to understand that sometimes when they do that, why do you think they ghosted you? It's fear. They got afraid. They started freaking out. They saw something they didn't like. They don't understand something. No one replied to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's all sorts of different things of reasons, but it's all fear no matter what. It all comes back down to one thing. So what I do is when I'm talking to a new distributor and they ghost me, I always send them a voice message and I'm like, hey girl, I don't know if maybe you started panicking or you had a freak out. And I always say, are you having an oh crap moment? Okay. I totally had one of those when I got started. I was afraid that this wasn't for me. And I kind of list all the objections that I've ever thought of or had or heard from my team. I didn't know if this was going to be for me. Nobody was replying to my text messages. I was super afraid as well, but thank the Lord that I didn't quit because look at everything I've overcome. And so I always say that and they're always like, okay, yeah, I definitely started panicking. Like I saw this and I didn't like this or I didn't understand this, and it always gets it out. So I think a lot of times the problems that we have with our new distributors is we're like, oh my gosh, nobody wants this business because every time someone joins my team, they quit. You just have to be a human, okay? Take off your distributor hat after you enroll them and be a human to them and talk to them about stuff. And so, Kristen, what is your best tips for kicking off the month? So just imagine it's August 2nd today. So we're at the very beginning of August. How do you kind of, get your team on board, make sure that you've got everything set for you so that you can have a successful month?
So I do coaching calls. I know you do those too. So I do coaching calls a lot for mainly my new people or people who I open them up to everybody that like my leaders and, their team and stuff. But mostly I'm doing like newbies and stuff like that. I do coaching calls. I do those on Zoom or FaceTime. Usually the first 2 to 3 days. I make sure everyone has their charts out. Everyone knows what rank they're going for. If they need help with charting, I make sure that my charts are done. Tyson's charts are done. Like all the charts are done at least by the second or third. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I get angry at anyone who doesn't have their chart done at the beginning of the month. Like, what are you even doing? And so I do that. It's like the biggest thing. I do plan out like things that I have going on in the month in my calendar. I, make sure that I just want my team to have a goal. Okay. I want them to have goals for the month. I want them to be excited. I also want them to know that there is a beginning of the month like rush, and I get it every single time. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's August 1st. Like, I'm a new person. Everything that I did last month doesn't matter. Like, it's going to be so amazing this month. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But here's the thing. You have to stay there. Okay. Because what happens the 14th, we're like, I should have done more, but I still have 2 weeks. So I'm going to do it now. And then we don't. And then we have 5 days and we're like, oh my gosh, I have to sign 1 million people. And you work so hard those last 5 days. What if you did that a little bit every day? Like sometimes on months where I've snoozed a little and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm so close, but I'm not. And so I was like, if I would have just done, 1 customer a day every day this month, like I wouldn't be here right now. So, I have those moments and we're human, but you guys, you have to hold on, and you don't have to be like on fire, like pumping everybody up, signing 1 million people all the time every day. But what you have to do is work consistently every single day towards your goal. I like personally knowing how much volume I have and dividing that by 31. That's how much volume my team needs to bring in a day. It makes it sound so much better. And there's days where you bring in so much more, and there's days when you don't bring in that much, but you can make up for it. And and then I also lately have been I upsell now. I for a long time would just do it at the end of the month. Don't ask me why. I guess it's that rush of like, oh my gosh, I have 5 days. But I upsell every single customer and distributor signing my team. I'm like, you should order this. Or I've been using Jade's message. She shared it on the Diamond and Above thing the other day. And all 3 of my distributors I've signed this month have ordered products. So I make sure that, I'm upselling and I'm teaching my team, like, this is what's working for me. This is what you need to do. Like, what do you need help with? What are your fears? My team, perfectly for the Zoom, they're like, time management. I'm like, all right, get with me because that's my jam. Like, let's go. And she was probably on the Zoom, so I'm going to call her out, but she's like, I just need to try to get it together. I'm like, stop trying and just actually get it together. Like, just write down a daily task list and freaking do it. And then 7 days later, you're going to be like, wow, this is actually not that bad. So you guys stop trying to get it together and just get it together. Like, what are you doing? That's my answer to that.
I love it. I freaking love it. How many of y'all just heard that and you're like, okay, Kristen, shoot, I'll get it together. Golly. I saw so many of y'all's faces and you're like, yeah, okay, fine, I need to. Yeah, and so Tuesday on our Diamond Tribe Zoom that we always open up with Courtney Bohr, our ambassador upline, okay? Me and Kristen are both under her, okay? All of you are. We're going to have a amazing Zoom, and I'm so excited about it. But I did coaching calls the last 2 days of last month. We started a little bit early over here because we have big goals happening. So many people got on there and they're like, well, I'm just trying to get to this, or I'm trying to maintain a promotion I've already been to, or I'm trying to do this. And I literally just I held back nothing. If you did a coaching call with me, you're like, okay, shoot, yeah, I noticed. Because literally I was like, what are you doing? You have been saying the same thing for months at a time now, okay? And it's okay to miss goals. It is, but you're missing it because you're not doing the things every day. You're simply saying, I'm going to try to get it done. I'm going to try to get to this point. And so if you're on here tonight and you've been trying to push for the same goal every single time, stop saying you're going to try to do it. Stop saying you're going to try to get charted or try to get back to a rank you've already been, or I'm going to try to maintain diamond, or I'm going to try, or not even the word try. You're going to say, I'm going to try to, maintain this rank that I've already been to. You're not growing. You're not making any movements in the right direction if you're trying, because that means you're not doing anything. That means you're just saying it. You're talking the talk, but not walking the walk. And I guarantee you that when Kristen was going through that point in her business where she was like, what the heck am I supposed to be doing here? Because I'm not doing anything. She didn't try to make a switch. She made a dang switch. And I've been here to experience it. When I first joined, I didn't know Kristen, okay? I did not know her. I didn't see her really in the team page as much. I didn't see her on trainings. I had no idea who she was. And it was just this flip. And I want to say it's even within the last year, like maybe a year ago, that it was like, oh, that's Kristen Kirkendall. Like the enrollments were crazy. The postings started becoming consistently. It was like, now here Kristen's doing all these Zooms and she's a beast. Like she's literally killing it right now. And she got Tyson to double that, or is he going double, or maybe he went double? I don't know. I can't keep up. So much stuff happened, but yeah, so fast in record time. And that's not because she tried to get him to double. It's because she enrolled the distributors. She got super loud about her business. She got uncomfortable and did things that she didn't want to do, like TikTok. I'm sure in the beginning she was like, what the heck am I doing? So guys, I challenge you to be uncomfortable this month. I challenge you to do the dang thing. I challenge you to stop saying I try or I will try to do this and say I'm going to do this. Because there's not a single thing. Like I didn't just end up an ambassador because I said, yeah, sure, I'll try to go ambassador. None of you that are diamond on here said, yeah, I'm going to try to go diamond. No. Okay. I'm going to point out somebody on here. Reagan. Okay. All you people on here know Reagan, my homegirl Reagan. Okay. She literally killed it. She's killed it for the last 90 days. And she came up this short from going diamond. We were all cheering her on, literally this short. She enrolled so many customers last month, so many distributors, and she's freaking going diamond this month. And she's not stopping. She's not saying, oh, I was going to try to go diamond. No, she showed up every single day and she missed the goal. But you know what? It's going to make it 10 times easier to go diamond this month. And that's just one situation. And so I want you to think, okay, yes, I've been trying to go Ruby for the past 90 days and I haven't done it. It's because it wasn't your time, but you decide when it's your time. You decide when all the stars are going to align. You decide when you start posting consistently, when you start showing up for your business and not just saying, hey, I'm going to go Ruby this month because Cheyenne asked me what goal I'm going for at the beginning of this Zoom. That's what I'm going to do. No, make the decision and make everything else align with it. Okay. Kristen, do you have any last minute tips before I go into the next things? Oh, you muted yourself. Any last minute tips for people that are promoting this month and maybe feel, I think you're unmuted, maybe feel a little bit too far, or they feel like it's a mountain they can't climb or it's unattainable? Like, what would you say to those people?
Okay, go tell your dad. He's in charge. He's right in the other room. Go. One job. Well, I love you. It is fair. Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm gonna argue with my 3-year-old for a second. Anyways, if you are trying to reach a goal, okay, and like she was saying, if you're trying, like, what does that even mean? What does trying mean? Are you just saying it to make yourself feel better? Are you just saying, oh, this month I'm going to get out of it because it's the beginning of the month and I'm going to say whatever you want to hear because everyone's excited, but like I'm going to say it, but I'm not actually going to freaking change a single thing. You have to make a shift, you guys. You have to open your freaking eyes and just go. Like, just go. Get your chart out. Know what you need. If you don't know what you need, if you don't have your chart out, you're going nowhere. Okay, you guys, for I don't even know how long, even re-ranking, even maintaining, you have to have a chart out. I didn't. I was like, oh, I'll get there by volume one day. Like, I'll maintain by volume one day. No, I got the chart out and I freaking maintained that month. So then I got the next chart out. I started over. Like, I've never lost diamond, but from there, like, I started over and I was like, I'm going to keep going. You know, like, I have to build a strong business and I have to have charts out. But you guys, make the decision. Okay, there is no such thing. You're on Cheyenne's team. Do you not know how much volume she brought in to go ambassador? I thought like when I went triple, I brought in 13,000 in volume in 1 week. I wasn't even scared of that number, to be honest. I just knew I knew in my soul triple is mine, and so I just made it happen. And so there's no such thing as it. Like, God's got you if you've got Him. So make sure that you're talking to Him and letting Him know what your goals are. That's one of my favorite things about walking in the morning. I pray out loud about every single thing I want to happen in my life, and it changes the game. But I did want to say, you guys, that just because you missed a promotion doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I thought I was going to be ambassador 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. But I know that I am on my way there. I have no doubt in my mind that I'm on my way there. Going presidential, I shouted it out every month for 5 months. I'm going presidential this month. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's happening. It didn't happen. I kept the next month, I'm going presidential. And then finally it happened. And when it happened, it felt right. And I felt good about it. And I was excited. And so just because you don't hit it now, why would you give up on that? Like I always tell people, as an insurance agent, okay, I never, working 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, 40 years, would ever make $30,000 in 1 month, not even 10, 12, 15. Like that's not a thing, okay? So I would rather work this business for 20 years to get to ambassador than go work for somebody else for 20 years to make minimum wage. Every single day, I'll make that decision to work towards my goals as ambassador or double ambassador or freaking whatever, because I know this business can do that for me. And I love being in control of my own paycheck.
I love that so much. And something I want to tell y'all that, you know, the last Sunday when we did our Zoom talking about what 90 days is going to do for y'all, how many of y'all were on last Sunday's Zoom? We talked about, you know, we had Ashton share what happened for her business in 90 days. We had Cheyenne share what happened for her business in 90 days. I shared with y'all the paycheck jumps I had and the promotion jumps I had. And I want you to understand that today, 90 days from now, your entire life can look completely different than it looks now. And I want you to hear me when I say that. Your life from today, 90 days from now, can look completely different than it does right now. It will not change if you don't change. It will not change if you do not work. You will not promote if you do not decide. And it all comes down to right now, what you feel, what you're doing, how you're acting, how you're treating your team, how you're working, the steps you're taking to go to the next step. And so on that paper that you have in your journal, I want you to write down right now, we're going to write down a couple of things. What is your goal in 30 days? So on August 31st, what is your goal that you want to accomplish? I want you to write it down in caps. That's your thing. What is your goal by the end of August? Okay, secondly, what was your goal in July? What did you want to accomplish in July? And if you're brand new here, you can just keep writing down goals that you want to accomplish in the business. If this is your first month or last month was your first month, you can just keep writing down things that you want to do. What do you want this business to allow you to do? But if you were here last month, I want you to write down what your goal was for last month. Okay. Thirdly, did you accomplish that goal? So whatever your goal was last month, I want you to write down if you accomplished that goal. And you can write down some, like if you didn't accomplish that goal, I want you to write down what you did accomplish. But if you didn't accomplish it, I want you to write it down. Okay. Why did you not accomplish that goal? Why do you feel like you didn't accomplish that goal? What held you back? Was it a limiting belief? Did you not put in enough numbers? Did you unplug yourself? Maybe something happened in your life. Maybe you truly felt like it wasn't the right timing. Why did you not accomplish your goal? Okay, now I want you to write, what could you have done differently? What could you have done differently last month to accomplish the things you wanted to accomplish? So the reason I'm having you write all this down is because y'all know me and my percentages and my analogies and all the things I always share with y'all, that you're 42% more likely to do things that you write down. 42% more likely to do the things that you are putting your pen to paper so you can visually see what it is that you want. And so John Maxwell talks about, and it's a Harvard business study, so it's a Harvard law business study, of statistics about goal setting. 83% of the population does not set a single goal. 83% of the population does not set a single goal. 14% have a plan in mind. So 14% have a plan in mind, but they do not write it down. 3% of the world has goals written down for themselves. Can you believe that, y'all? 3% of the world writes down their goals. The study went on to find that 14% who have goals are 10 times more successful than those who do not. The 3% with the written goals are 3 times more successful than the 14% with unwritten goals. So 14% have goals, remember, so they do, and they're 10 times more successful than those who have 0. But the 3% that write them down are 3 times more successful than the 14%. So you writing down the things that you want, you making a dream board, you writing things down every single month, getting your charts out, filling out that you are Ruby. Yeah, it makes me sweat too. And so those of you that did not accomplish your goals, I want you to think about it. How much did you actually work towards Ruby? And if you barely missed it, I'm not talking about those of you that like barely missed it by 100 and you were slaying it until the last second. I'm talking about the ones that were like, I'm going Ruby, and you didn't even come close to it. I want you to ask yourself, did you actually work for those things? Did you put the numbers in? Did you show up to the Zooms? Do you feel like if I was walking around with you for 24 hours that you would feel confident with what I saw you doing? That's always the biggest thing. I'm always like, if I, would you feel comfortable with Mark hanging out at your house, looking through a camera, seeing what you're doing for 24 hours to see what you were doing? I want you to kind of ask yourself that. That's a big thing. I would not. Sometimes I'd be like, yikes, sorry, Mark. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to ask yourself that. And so guys, we have so many things coming for you this month for our team, through Courtney's team, through everything. And so I'm going to kind of list these down, and I want you to write these down so that you don't miss them. If you need to set a reminder, an alarm, the reminders app, whatever you need to do, if you have a calendar or planner, get it out right now and have it ready to go. Okay. Because I've got 3 things for you, or maybe a little more than 3 things. Okay. So every single Monday at 7:30 Central Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, we have our Newbie Power Hours. They're Newbie Power 30s. Okay, so we're going to do 30 minutes where you can hop on if you're a new distributor, or if you just want to get your work done, and you're going to get taught how to work the business. We're going to teach you how to follow. We're going to teach you how to post. We're going to teach you how to reach out to people, how to do host to post, and we're going to physically show you through sharing our screen how the leaders of our team work. And I think this is going to be so amazing. If you're excited, let me know in the comments if you're so excited about that, because I'm so excited to be able to show you how freaking simple it is to work this business. We're going to have all of our leaders on our team doing all of these and hosting them for you. So that's Monday at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Tuesday, okay, so the next day, Tuesday at 7:30 Central Time, we're going to have our You Can Too series. So this is a live in our team page where we're going to have people on our team that are killing it, people that are enrolling customers, that are having something that they're specifically doing that's working really, really well that we want to share, people that are killing it with host to post, maybe a new distributor that got their shopping spree super fast. We're going to do a You Can Too series where you're going to get to hear stories of other people that you relate to. So there are people on this team that don't relate to me, that they're not inspired by me, but hearing Alicia and her story, or hearing Reagan's story, or hearing Amberly's story, or Grace's story, or Madison's story, like it's going to inspire you to show you that you can too. And that's why we titled it You Can Too. So that's 30 minutes before our Diamond Tribe training. It'll be live in the team page. And so make sure you have your post notifications on. We're actually going to do that together. So if you go into our team page, go into Boss Tribe, or if you're not in my team page, if you're under Kristen, you can do this for Diamond Tribe, or anything that y'all have. So in Boss Tribe, you can go on your phone in this top right corner, and click that little badge, and it's going to pull up all of these buttons, okay? And you're going to be able to click the group settings, I'm pretty sure. And I did this earlier and I should have wrote it down. Yeah, so you go to group settings, and then all the way down, you're going to go to notifications. And you're going to turn on your notifications. Mine is on all post at the very top. So I get a notification on my Facebook app where I can make sure that I don't miss anything. We have lots of live, lots of posts, a lot of things coming in August, and I want to make sure that you see them. If you do work during the day or you have school and you're unable to see the post, that'll help you kind of keep up with them. But also at the bottom, there's a groups button, and it'll update you on everything that was posted in any group that you were a part of, if y'all didn't know that. So all the groups that you're a part of, there's a whole tab specifically for that, okay? So I just want y'all to have them on because there may be one live that you specifically need, or, you know, Cheyenne posted about a follow-up method that she uses through Connect app. That's super helpful. I post Connect app stuff. You know, all of our leaders share different tips and tricks, and sometimes they don't get seen because Facebook hates us and they have terrible notification settings. So stuff like that. So I wanted to share that with y'all. Okay, so every single Thursday, y'all know we have our new distributor trainings. We have them Tuesday and Thursday at, I'll be sharing them in the team page so you don't have to worry about it. But every Thursday at 9 Central, so right after our newbie training, we have our Ruby Bootcamp. This is open to everyone. I teach you how to go Ruby. We go over different details, how to lead your team, how to persevere through the month, how to make sure you're updating your chart correctly, all kinds of stuff like that. And we're going to have really cool trainings this month over them all because we are opening it up to Jade's team and Courtney's team and all this stuff. So it's going to be really fun. So that is all of the Zoom updates that I have. So Monday and Tuesday, 7:30 Central, we've got those two trainings. Ruby Bootcamp every Thursday, 9 Central for those of you that are pushing for your first promotion. So we also have our host to post giveaway. So if you have not paid your host to post entry, we're going to do it right now. You're going to go to Venmo. If you don't have Venmo, you can pay someone on your team money and they can Venmo in for you. But we, my Venmo is Savashay, if someone will drop that in the comments. Venmo $5 or $10 so that we can get our total entries for our host to post giveaway. We're going to be doing them weekly, every single week like we always do. We're going to be giving away cash, Walmart gift cards, Target gift cards, and we're going to do a Yeti giveaway again because those are always super amazing and we get tons of entries for Yeti coolers. I don't know what it is, but we're going to have that. So once I get a total amount tonight, I will announce exactly the dates and everything that we're doing for the month. Okay, so I hope y'all are excited about that because I freaking love host to post and they changed the game. But let me see. Yeah, no, it doesn't. You're good. So let me go over some last minute things. Let's see what else is in my notes here. But yeah, guys, so we have lots of things going on. So we've been talking about the 90-day push that we're doing as a team. So 90 days is basically all the time that you need to make a huge change in your business. If you didn't know, you know, all the stories that we've shared about what 90 days can do for your business, all of our promotions, Kristen's made huge things in 90 days. I've done huge things. A lot of our people have gone, you know, to huge promotions. Why do you think that, you know, the diamond $15,000 bonus is in 3 months, 3 calendar months, because in 3 calendar months, you can make some big, massive moves. And so I want to make sure that y'all set intentions. Okay. If you have clear intentions for what you want this month, next month, the month after that, I want to know, what is your 90-day goal in the chat? So you told me what you want to do at the end of this month, but where do you want to be in 90 days? What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of leader do you want to be? You know, what are the things that you want to accomplish in 90 days in your business and be, you know, a double diamond or a diamond, or do you want to go for that $15,000 bonus? If you're a brand new distributor on here and you didn't know, in 90 days, so if you joined on the 1st, that counts as the month. But if you join from the 2nd to the end of the month, that's an extra time, which is great. You have 3 full calendar months to earn a $15,000 diamond bonus. Okay, so if you dropped a 1 on here earlier, you are eligible for that. It's insane. We've had so many people earn that. It's life-changing, and you can get that $15,000 diamond bonus. So text your upline about them. They're typically always at night, whoever just asked what time the Zooms are. So set clear intentions for yourself this month, okay? When you get off this Zoom, I want you to go make a goal board or make a dream board, do something where you know exactly what it is that you want by the end of this month and by the end of 90 days. And just make sure that you're setting those clear goals for yourself, because guys, this team is doing huge things. Okay. I can tell you that right now. This team is doing huge things. Our company is doing huge things. I know that tonight on our family call, please make sure that you have Mark's Facebook on, all of his post notifications are on, because he is going to do our family call tonight after we get off this, and he's going to be sharing all kinds of things with y'all. If you only knew what's coming tonight, it is going to blow your freaking mind. I'm so excited. Tonight at midnight, the $49 deal ends, okay? And the BOGO Skinny Coffee and Keto or Skinny Brew and Keto Coffee ends tonight. So make sure that you've got that set in stone. But Kristen, do you have anything that you want to share last minute with everybody? I can unmute you. Any last minute promoting tips? Anything at all?
Yeah, sorry, I had to mute myself again because children. But I just want you guys to know that you are capable of doing whatever the heck you want to do. I say on every single journaling Zoom that I lead that God puts desires on your heart for a reason. If you have it in your heart that you're supposed to be, you know, ambassador or whatever, it's put there for a reason. And also the biggest thing, you guys, on a 90-day push is dreaming big, shooting high. If you are a Ruby right now, don't be shooting for Emerald in 90 days. Okay. Shoot for double, triple, whatever. Like, make big goals. Okay. Because if you're reaching for triple and you don't hit it, I bet you hit double. Okay. But if you're reaching for Emeralds, you're probably, if you don't hit it, you're still Ruby. Like, dream big, reach big, and there's going to be obstacles, you guys. Another thing I say on the journaling Zooms is if you're not butting heads with the devil, that's probably because you're running in the same direction as him. Okay. So if you're running towards whatever God has for you and you're running and you hit obstacles, that's because the devil knows you're doing something good and he's trying to stop you. There's no obstacles, you're probably not on the right path. That's all I'm saying. So that is something I tell myself all the time. If I have an obstacle, I'm like, okay, it means I'm doing the right thing. I can get through this. I can get over this. I can get around this. Because I know that that is where I'm supposed to be going. And I'm not just saying this because me and Shay lead the journaling Zooms, but I am saying, like, if you are available at 9 o'clock in the morning, you guys get on. You don't have to look good. You don't have to even be all the way awake. Like, but just listen and be on. And it changed my business. It changed my life. Like, it changed my everything. And so I just love seeing you guys, and I feel like it's always good to, like, pour into yourself. We write down our goals, like Shay was just saying, the statistics, you know, writing your goals down every single day creates momentum over time. And so the more you write them down, the more you start to believe it, the more you get excited about it, the more you want to tell everyone, the more you want to actually do it, because you're sick of writing it down and you want to move on to something else. Okay. You want to see that. I sometimes go back in my journal a year ago and I'm like, wow, like this, and this happened. This, I'm still trying, you know, I'm still going, this and this happened. And like, I see you, God. And so you guys, you are capable of amazing things. Y'all are amazing. It's going to be a great month, a great 90 days. Do not, for the love, do not get in the mentality of a season. No such thing. I've actually promoted Tyson to Diamond before, but I just re-signed him up because, well, doesn't matter. So I promoted him to Diamond in October and in 30 days. And so it doesn't matter what month it is. It doesn't matter what you have going on. It doesn't matter. Not everyone in the world is broke, and not everyone, you know, can't spend money on this, and not everyone isn't looking for this or that. So reach out to everyone, have the mentality that everyone wants this business. Everyone needs this business. Everyone wants these products. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is. Okay. There's no such thing as that, in my opinion. So get excited and imagine, you know, visualize your life in October. What do you want on October 31st? What do you want to be doing at the end of your 90-day push? What do you see? Like, visualize it, you guys. I visualized this house that I'm in right now. And I remember, like, specifically my kitchen. I was like, I'm gonna, like, I would imagine myself cooking there when I was in this house that I freaking hated. I would be like, nope, I'm in my kitchen with all my stuff that I love. And, you know, visualize that paycheck. How are you gonna feel? What's it gonna look like? What's it gonna do? Write down what that paycheck that you're going for is gonna do for your family or yourself or whatever, and just go for it. So thank you guys for having me. And that's all I got, I think.
Thank you for doing this with us. Okay, so last minute, guys, I want y'all to put your phones down. Okay, everybody put your phone down. Focus on screen. Look ahead. Make eye contact with me and act like you're talking to just me. Okay. I want you to commit to yourself right now. I want you to make a commitment to yourself that when it gets hard, you understand that it's going to get hard. You're going to go through things in your life. You're going to go through changes over the next 90 days. 90 days is like, it seems like it's not a lot of time, but it's a lot of time. Okay. Every day you got 24 hours in it and you're about to go through 90 days and there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be things that happen. There's going to be road bumps. There's going to be people that quit your team. There's going to be people that tell you no. There's going to be people that join your team and completely take off. Okay. But I want you to commit to yourself to saying yes to the good and the bad, to the hard and to the easy, to the parts that make you feel frustrated, to the parts that suck, to the parts that make you feel like you don't know if you're cut out for this, especially if you're on here and you're new. You're starting at a perfect time. You could not have joined this business at a better time than when you did, because we are starting a 90-day push as a team. And from now where you are to 90 days from now, your life is going to change significantly because of what this business is going to do for you. And if you're on here and you've been here for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All of you on here are going to look back 90 days from now and remember this time and think, holy moly, how is this my life? How has this happened to me? But I want you to set clear intentions. And I want you to make this decision for yourself, because this isn't only affecting you. This is affecting the team you have right now on your team and the people that are coming into your life over the course of the next 90 days. Now I'm going to tell you something else. You're excited right now, right? Give me a 1 in the comments if you're like, I am ready to freaking go. 3 weeks from now, you won't feel this. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that right now. You won't feel this because the middle is always the hardest. Okay, 90 days from now, say you've got your heart set on double diamond and you're an emerald right now. Okay, you've got 30 days, you got another 30 days, you got another 30 days. The beginning of those 30 days, you're going to feel hype and you're going to feel just like this. And the middle of those, the middle is always the hardest. The middle is when you lose those other 14%. That's why those 3% are still here. Okay, because the middle is what sucks. The middle is the part you have to push through. How many of y'all have ever done a sport? Playing basketball, doing soccer, playing volleyball, running a mile. The middle always sucks, okay? It sucks because you start getting tired and you feel overexhausted and you need water, okay? And you're like, dude, I'm really done with this, actually. If we're being honest, I'm really done. Push through it, because what you want is at the other side of that. The life that you want to live is on the other side of that. A lot of people say yes, but a lot of people don't finish, okay? A couple of months ago, we started our Ruby Boot Camp. There was a poppin' 300 people on that Zoom when it first started. The last Zoom we did had 49 people on it. You want to know how many rubies we had last month? 14. 14. Because 14 people made the decision. They went through the hard. They overcame the speed bumps. They set that goal. They were committed, and they finished, and they ran across the finish line. Who on here is going to be those people 90 days from now that you say, thank God I buckled down. Thank God I put myself in the driver's seat and I put my foot on the gas and I didn't let anything stop me. And I didn't let the fact that I was unmotivated, and I didn't wait for somebody to join my team for me to be a runner. And I didn't wait for someone to tell me to start working. And I didn't expect somebody to text me to get on a freaking Zoom. And I made a commitment to myself because I knew what I wanted and I knew what was on the other side. When Kristen just said that about standing in her kitchen, it made me think about me sitting in my apartment. Who's been here since I lived in my apartment? I used to sit on Zoom and talk crap about my apartment and how much I hated being in such a tiny space. And now I live in a home. And that happened in 90 days. From the moment I made the decision to the moment that I walked into my house, it was 90 days later. That can be you. The things that are set on your heart right now, the things that God is giving you a clear vision for, He wants you to have that, and He wants to bless your steps, but He cannot bless steps you're not willing to take. And so I only hope that with what Mark announces tonight, the things that are coming for you, promotion or no promotion, excitement or no excitement, motivation or no motivation, discouragement or no discouragement, run after everything that you came here for. And guys, I'm going to tell you one last thing that we're going to leave this off. Finish what you started. Finish what you started. You didn't come here to be mediocre. You didn't join this team to just join this team. You didn't just come here and just stumble across this business. You're here for a greater purpose. And you don't see it right now, and that's okay because you're not expected to. You're only going to get a stronger and stronger vision for this business the longer that you're a part of it, because I sit here on a Zoom with my team with over 130 people beaming with pride because at one point someone told me the same thing. You're going to have a team Zoom overflowing one day, and you're going to be an ambassador sharing your story, talking about your incredible team, and you're going to look in your downline orders and see all these promotions of people that are at the promotion you were at one point when someone told you to keep going. And so I hope you're ready for this 90-day push. I hope that you feel so freaking excited, but I want you to remember this moment when it gets hard and think, I am committed. I work hard. I believe in myself. I know that I have everything that I need. And so I love y'all so much. I want y'all to make sure that Cheyenne's going to share the family call on this since I am on my iPad. So we're going to hop off this so that my recording can end, so that I can share this, and everyone hop back on so that she can share the screen of the family call so we can see this announcement together. But I love y'all. I'm proud of you. Everyone say thank you for Kristen hopping on here and sharing her story. I hope that you feel so inspired and excited, and I hope that from 90 days from now, you're a completely different person, leader, and you are farther along in your life than you ever thought that you would be. So I will have a great night, and I will see y'all on the family call and on all of our Zooms that we have set up for y'all. Bye, guys.